Righty, I figured I'd make another video. I've gotten a lot of questions on my Kubels. A lot of you guys in the 21st century market and in collectors of the 21st century vehicles have been asking me some questions. And again, I'm not a huge professional collector. I've just been collecting these because I can and I love them. The ones that I have, I'm going to go through. The main one that 21st century produced was this version here. It's the Vermont version. It's got the Vermont designation on the license plate. It's the two-door. It's a four-door, but only the front doors work. The back doors are fixed. They're actually one piece, so they do not open. But the front two doors actually open. It comes with the MG34, like all the 21st century Kubels. They all came with the MG34 and the drivers. Anyway, but this is the version that they mainly produced. And there's more of them out there, or not anymore because they're drying up. If you don't know this already, but the hubcaps pop off, and I would soon just pop off the hubcaps because it looks better. But if you did not know that, the hubcaps do pop off, so you can pop them off and put them in a drawer somewhere. I just throw them back in the vehicle so I don't lose them. But anyway, but that's the mainstay. The other one is the Africa Core one, and it's identical to this one, except for it's the Africa Core colors with the balloon tires. And I've got one coming. Once I get it on the wall, I will show you in comparison with all my other ones. The next, my favorite one is actually the late war version, and this is the Normandy version. And it's actually got 4 working doors. All the doors work on this. This is my favorite one by far. It's a little longer than the standard. If you put them side by side, it's a little longer because they've accommodated for the centerpiece here, and all 4 doors open. It has the mock folded down top, and again, I wished 21st Century made a hard plastic top to go on here, kind of like what they did with the American Scout car, the Dodge Power Wagon. They have that hard plastic top. I wish they would have made one. And if there's a fabricator out there, if you make one, and I definitely will buy a bunch of them from you. Anyway, but they all have working deck lids and everything. Anyway, but the late war versions, if you notice that they drop the designation on the license plate number, so this one has the Vermont, but this one doesn't. Anyway, the rare one I have is going to be the SS version. They came out with this for about 3 months. They were popping these vehicles out left and right. They were in their heyday. So they kind of jumped the gun and released this SS version, and it was immediately recalled because they got pushback from the public because of the SS designation. So they immediately recalled them, so none of them really got out there. But those of us who were lucky to find one and grab one, definitely hang on to them because they are, I think they're a grail piece. Another difference that I want to show you is the headlights. They've got the blue, but the late war version actually has the red subdued night vision, or the night driver. Anyway, but they've got the red headlights, so if you haven't noticed that as well. But anyway, I've got several parts cars. I'm gonna turn my light up here, but I've got several parts cars that I've been using for donors, and I'm going to convert this one into a late war vehicle as well with battle damage. I've got 2 Dragons, and this is one of the Dragons that I have assembled. But if you look at the fenders, they've got correct shaped fenders. And the thing, Dragons are wonderful. The only trade-off between Dragon and 21st Century is Dragon has better detail, but they're fragile. They're very, very fragile, and especially this one is being 15 to 17 years old. Very fragile. The plastic gets old. The glue gets old. The way they were made, the front suspension's very hokey. Versus the 21st Century, that the detail is just a little off for those of us who actually know the detail. But you've got durability. These things they were made to play with. These were produced as toys. I will show you in a later video how to correct the fenders to get your 21st Century fenders a little bit more correct. It takes a heat gun and a hacksaw with a fine blade. You reshape the fenders and you cut a little bit off of it. But for those of you that can fabricate, you can get a better shape off these fenders. There's plenty of fender left on them that you can trim off, and they're, again, you can reshape them with a heat gun and whatever. Anyway, but those are the Kubels that I have. Again, I've got an Africa core coming, and once I get it, I'll put it on the wall and I'll do a little video on it. But anyway, I definitely want to thank fellow member for providing me with this. This one actually came with all the original packaging, all the original accessories and everything. This is my favorite one. And another shout out to another fellow member for providing me the original figures for the Dragon Russian vehicle here. I've got 2 of these boxed, and none of them had figures, but a fellow member ponied up and found me some figures, and we did some horse trading. So again, thank you, sir. Back on my bikes here, I've got 3 complete Vermont gray motorcycles with sidecars, and I've got 3 solo bikes from the Steve McQueen kits, in various shapes. Most of them are mint condition. This one here is just missing 1 peg. That I've got the peg. I'm just going to drill it and cotter pin it. And then I just sold an Africa core version of this one. This one's my broke one. It took a dive off the shelf and it broke off an exhaust pipe on the other side. But other than that, this one's in mint condition. But I just sold one yesterday with this figure. Anyway, these are very hard to get. If you got one, don't let it go. I sold the other one just to buy another vehicle, but I've got one that I purchased a couple of years ago that I've been sitting on that I've got to dig out. But anyway, the Africa core seems to be the popular of the 21st century. So for those of you who collect Africa core stuff, you know they're hard to find. Anyway, but hopefully I answered most of your questions and your curiosities and everything. And once I get more vehicles, I definitely will pop them on the wall and kind of give you a rundown. But any questions, any comments, definitely feel free to chime in. Again, this is one of the more active groups I've been on, and again, several members have ponied up and definitely hooked me up. But shout out to Ron. I definitely appreciate that. Again, that's my favorite one. Once I reshape the fenders on this one, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be just better than the Dragon, I think. So, and again, I would love to have a plastic top that's actually up. You know, we can pop them on and take them off. I would love to have somebody fabricate one of those, and you'd make a mint. You'd make a killing because you can take them to a show and sell them. Anyway, but definitely, if you got any comments, let me know. I appreciate it. Getting my display wall, it's just coming along. I've got 18 feet of wall that I've got to deck out. Excuse the mess. This is my kit bashing table that I got to move back into the other room. But anyway, I appreciate it.